Hello everyone and welcome to Snodacast presents Dumbasses and Ditzes. I am not your host for once, BlackChef56, and I'm of course going to bring our reins over to our lovely Dungeon Master, Lewis, aka DimondAssassin. Take it away, Dungeon Master.
You just got promoted.
So, welcome to the world of Estorra. Estorra is a brainchild of mine that I've been wanting to do for a while. I was gonna try to hold off on it, but then I just said, no, I think it's gonna be a lot funner just to kind of figure it out. So I made a continent. These guys all wanted to play D&D, so here we go. We're going to start off with who wants to go first? Who wants to be introduced first?
I don't care. I thought you said we were going to be doing this by dice roll.
Yeah, I am going to go dice roll, but I'm asking before, like, if anybody wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Tell us your character and a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Hello everyone. My name is Gladrion Lastname. Sorry about that. It is spelled exactly like Gladrion Lastname, and if they ever mentioned it, I'm going to kill them all. But anyways, that being said, I am a half-elf, what is the word? I keep forgetting. And, I would love someone to help me out, you know, maybe somebody that came
Halfling?
up. No, not halfling, I'm talking about my class.
The person that created a character sheet? Is that what you're
Yes, absolutely. That's who I'm hinting at. 100%. My class. I know I'm a half elf, but I'm trying to figure out what my class is.
You're an artificer.
An artificer. Yes, absolutely. So
Builder
I am a
ship.
half elf artificer named Gladrion Lastname, and father was from a military background, and mother was an elf, and had a little bit of a somewhat higher class standing. And I have always wanted to find my place in the world, especially after my father has died. Of course, half-elves live longer than humans, but not quite as long as elves. So, I'm trying to find my place in the world. And let's see where this takes me.
Very nice. All right, anybody want to follow that up, or are we going to go dice roll? Nope? Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll a, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, so I will roll 1 for Inara, 2 for Noelle, 3 for Leon, and 4 for Joe. I'm gonna roll that again because that was a freaking 6. A 4. Joe?
Designation B for R for K. Designation Barak activate.
What class are you, Joe? Describe your character.
Statement. I am a cleric.
All right, 3. Leon.
I am text as a human druid, outcasted from my home of Albaran.
A 2. Noelle.
Hi, I'm Nemia, and I am an albino tiefling sorcerer, and I am the Princess of Hell.
Hey.
And I've basically just been traveling to learn more about magic and sorcery.
Cool. Inara, you can. What's your character and class and name?
Hello.
You're alive!
You don't need my name. I am Centaur from Outer Lands. I'm sure we'll be on the first name basis eventually.
All right, and we got our certainly best for last. Allie, explain your character, a little bit about them, and your class.
I'm playing Yuryale. She is a changeling bard. She is just here living life to its fullest, trying not to cause too much trouble, even though trouble seems to find her no matter what she does. She's very big on adopted family, considering her own family is kind of broken. And she's just trying to keep history alive with everything she does.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, a historian. All right, so Christian, what is your character doing right now? Oh, and I need to also preface this. You all, as soon as y'all's characters wake up the next day, y'all all receive letters to join a guild.
Okay, so this is before we get the letters, correct?
Yes, this is before you get the letters.
Currently, relaxing in a tree that I myself have made into the perfect getaway, a second home away from home, if you will. Reading one of my favorite books that my father gave me 20 years before he passed, which may seem like a while, but it actually feels a lot more like a couple of months than it does 20 years.
Describe the area.
Describe the area. Well,
Yeah.
I don't live too far from the mountain, which, well, granted, I don't know yet, but I do know that there are certain guilds that like to manifest themselves around the mountain and obviously towards the top. And the biggest thing is I'm near a forest that is not... It's around the edges of the mountain. It does get slightly cold around the winter, but nothing too crazy, obviously. And just imagine a fall or autumn kind of colors in the leaves, slightly falling, a nice breeze, a bit of tobacco pipe in the air, because obviously I'm going to be smoking something along those lines. I am half human after all, therefore I am half flawed. And of course, just enjoying life, but still worried about the near future.
Okay. So right after that, I'm assuming you're still reading the book, right?
Correct.
You, out of nowhere, since you have the book open, a letter just poofs out, like, in front of you, with a dragon fang on it.
Okay.
On the back of the envelope, you see invite to your name. So
To Gladrion Lastname.
yes. Do you open it?
Absolutely.
Okay. It says, "Dear Gladrion, we are hopefully waiting your arrival at the Dragon Fang Guild. We'll be meeting one of our advisors to guide you to the guild hall. You are going to be meeting at the Misty Peak
Misty
Tavern.
Peak. Okay.
Yeah,
The Misty
so-
Peak Tavern.
And as soon as everybody else gathers, the person who is instructed to guide you will go on to the direction to the guild hall." So,
Absolutely.
what is your character now thinking after receiving this letter?
Thinking that they are incredibly excited because this is what they've been looking for. Obviously, being a artificer, they have an interest in spellcasting and magic, and they've always had that interest. And the biggest thing is they always want to pursue their interest, and they feel this is exactly what they've been waiting for. So, of course, we immediately close the book. Try to put out as much pipe weed as we can after keeping a few more hits. That's the biggest thing. And of course, immediately packing everything that we have and running directly home, not too dissimilar to the non-existent movie in this universe that is called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Anyways. And of course, I immediately tell my mother, who is beyond excited for me and feels that I've now found my true calling. So of course, I immediately pack whatever supplies I would need. I know that this tavern is no more than a day's walk away, and of course, I immediately head over.
Okay. So now we're gonna get on to Leon.
Oh boy.
What is your character doing right at this moment? Before the letter.
I am heading back to my small hut outside the table. Returning from town with a couple bags, small bits of food, little coin, and just walking alongside, making sure no one is following.
Okay. And you said you're walking on a narrow road or some form of a road or pathway?
Like dirt path.
Okay. So as you're walking along, you out of nowhere, like a few feet in front of you, poof, a letter pops right in between your feet as soon as you stop walking. Like right before you take the next step, it's on your foot. Do you pick it up?
I look at it curiously as I slowly bend down to pick it up.
Okay.
What's this?
You see that it has the same signal crest of a dragon fang. You turn it back and it has your name written on the back, invited.
Confused. Looking at it, really confused. Then slowly opening it.
Okay. So as you slowly peel the wax, and the wax is still sticking on, And then you have the pretty much the same description as Christian. Basically, at the end, it just says we are looking forward to your arrival. You will be meeting at the same tavern, Misty Peaks, and that's pretty much it. What else do you do since after you read this letter? What are you doing to prepare?
I read the note a couple more times, puzzled, because of how would these people know who I am or how they find me. So I ponder it for a bit and thinking maybe this is part of what I need to do. So I go home, pack a few things.
Okay.
And following me is my pet snow fox, Raiko.
Hey!
And we set out to the tavern.
Okay. Anara, what is your character doing at this moment before the letter?
She's hunting.
Okay. What is she hunting exactly?
Nothing in particular. She's just kind of gone out. It's one of
This
her.
is like target practice, or some routine or ritual?
No, it's she pretty regularly goes out hunting. It's to sharpen her skills.
Gotcha.
But she'll hunt pretty much anything just to hunt it. But she stays away from deer.
Okay. And does she have the bow basically like pulled out? Okay.
Yes,
So what are you shooting? Are you shooting at an animal or a tree?
a squirrel on a tree.
Okay. So you take aim and with like precision, let it go. Shoots, you hit the squirrel like squeal and hit another tree straight through the body. And as soon as you're going up to retrieve your arrow, you already see basically a letter through like behind it is the squirrel and then the letter's right in front of it. So you just notice like, what the heck? What is this? Why is this here? What do you do as soon as you see that?
She'll just pluck it right off.
Okay.
No fear whatsoever.
And do you open the letter?
Mhm.
Okay. And then same thing reads, we are hoping for your arrival at Misty Peak and we welcome you to the guild. Now we're going to have, let's see. Joe, what is your character doing at this moment before they receive the letter? Actually, Christian, your character sees this like dwarf in the pathway just like sitting on a rock and having this letter plopped into him. Before Christian sees you, what are you doing at this moment as you're sitting at that rock?
Surveying.
Okay. You notice that you have a letter in front of you. What do you do?
Think for a moment, like wondering if this may be something important to pick it up.
Okay, do you open it?
Before I do, I check to see who it is addressed to.
Okay, you already noticed that on the front of the card with the wax seal has guild crest, and you flip it over, it has your exact name.
Barak. I open it without saying anything.
Okay. As he's opening this letter, you're watching Christian from far away. This strange
Gladrion,
person.
what do your elf eyes see?
But yeah, what are you doing? What's your character thinking as seeing this dwarf out of nowhere? Yeah, basically sitting
My
on a rock.
character just recognizes it as a normal dwarf, but he also recognizes the letter and that the fact that it came out of nowhere. So seemingly, I watch it with interest just to make sure that it is not a rival guild or anything else like that, but I do see the same crest. So I wait for this, I suppose, dwarf's reaction.
Okay, Joe, what is your character doing as they reveal the letter?
I kind of look to see, make sure there's I'm the only one there, and
Make
no
me
predators.
a perception check.
I was about
Joe,
to.
make me the first perception check. Go do the.
I was about to make a close fist with my fucking.
Go to the
Like,
dice
sit my
roll.
hands and just.
Go to the dice roll and roll me a d20.
Doesn't my passive perception have something to do with that?
I would check. It should be in your character sheet. And Christian, while he's checking, I want you to make. Let's see, because you're watching this. You already know that he's starting to turn. What do you do? for he?
I got a 2
I still
and
decide to keep a watchful eye.
let's see, I have a +3 perception, so that's just 5. So
Okay. I mean, it's fairly easy. You see, like, you turn around and you see this other, basically human being or some sort. What do you do when you see this person?
instead of just talking like a robot, I'll be talking like a dwarf, like a Scot,
Okay.
with the robot voice. How far is he from me, actually?
How far are you, Christian? How far do you want to be?
I would say about somewhere, I would say near 20 yards. Because I
Okay.
can see far enough away, but it's more of a situation of...
Only use the accent in character, that'll help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, please,
Yeah.
sorry. So I'm
Yeah,
about 20
describe.
yards. So I can only see so far, but 20 yards I believe is enough. So.
So, Joe, you're basically like from 20 yards, you can see someone almost like kind of like walking your way. But you know, what do you do after you notice this person?
And he's walking right towards me.
Yeah.
I kind of wave. I start to slowly wave and hail while making sure that I can give myself a weapon for.
So you're currently waving at this person that you don't know, right? Correct? How are you waving? You're doing like a slow wave as like you would normally do as a robot, or are you regularly doing a hand motion?
Regular, while making
Okay.
sure making sure my warhammer is right next to me on a hook.
Christian, you see this small dwarf waving at you and also holding his axe on his side.
Warhammer. I don't have
Warhammer.
actually. No, actually, it's like on a loop,
Okay.
like on my belt.
Okay.
Like not,
Oh,
I'm not
It's on,
holding it.
you notice that he has a weapon on his belt.
I decide to pop out from my hiding place and say, "Hello! You can see me!
Yes, sir.
I'm not used to seeing dwarves outside of the holes in the mountains. What exactly are you doing down here?"
Oh, I left the mountain many years ago.
This still doesn't exactly answer my question.
Oh, I'm looking for a deposit of gold.
Well,
more
that's the
common
only
stuff.
mountain in the region. I don't know of any other mines. I'm gonna start walking towards you because I noticed that you have a very similar letter that I just got not more than a day ago. Or, well, today.
Okay, Christian, how does your character walk? Does he walk slowly or does he walk with purpose? How does he walk?
Walk with a purpose, but definitely be more cautious than anything else. Like, have
So
his
ve-
spear
so
at the ready.
Very guarded,
Or
basically.
actually have his dagger at the ready. My bad.
Okay.
So,
So
do you
while
need me
that's
to roll
so,
for anything?
actually, how close do you get to him? That's the thing.
Like 10 feet.
Do you go up to him a little bit closer, or
We're just
I
doing
would
like
say
a,
no more than 5 feet. That way there's still
Okay.
enough distance in case he does try to attack.
okay? He's at 5 distance. What are you doing as soon as he's walking closer to you?
think for a second. And like, wait, you have the same letter as I. You have the same letter as I do, laddie.
I'm actually probably older than you are, but yes, I do have the same letter.
Do you show him the letter?
Yes.
I show him mine in return.
Okay, y'all both show each other the letter and having the same crest. What else do you do after y'all both? Because I'm assuming at this point you're already closer, right?
Correct. I would
Okay.
still say we're no more than 3 feet away from each other.
Okay. What happens after y'all finish comparing
So
letters?
I would say I will still look cautiously, but I take my hand off my weapon.
Joe, you see him take his hand off his weapon. He's not a threat anymore. How does your character respond? Do you let go of the warhammer?
I do, and then the gears start running, and then it'll be like, you live around here, don't you?
About 3 hours back there, yes, I do. I live with my mother, and I actually know one of the quickest ways to this tavern. Would you like to follow me?
As long as they go there, I'll follow you anywhere.
I wouldn't exactly say good ale, but it's ale.
Ale is ale to a dwarf like me.
Ale is ale to a half-elf like me.
Do y'all, as soon as y'all, since y'all are like now making introductions, do you shake his hand?
Don't worry, he washed them.
Joe,
God damn it! I hate you.
God damn it, Joe.
I reach out my hand to shake
Okay.
his.
Joe, do you do the same thing?
Yep. And then I.
Make me a strength check and
Oh,
Gosh.
we're doing the predator handshake.
You son of a bitch.
no. I know how I've been wanting to do this ever since we talked about this.
I
Joe
sure
needs to
saw-
make a strength check. You don't know why. I need you to make an investigation check to kind of have a
D20,
to
right?
feel firsthand. Yeah, both of y'all.
Okay.
So
I
I have
forgot.
16.
Okay, Joe. you're
16 for a
oh,
strength.
shit. Okay. No, you just a regular handshake.
Okay. Not too hard,
Nothing
not
out
too
of-
soft.
No, just a
Try.
firm, good, regular, handshake.
That would have
like,
been funny if
okay.
we did the you son of a bitch one.
That would have been really funny. Maybe later on. It's like, what's wrong? They have you pushing pencils at the CIA Bennett.
Do y'all? I'm assuming you are heading over to the tavern, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we both are.
Okay.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
I would say at the handshake we introduce ourselves.
Anything else?
I was gonna say after we shake hands, I'll obviously I'll say Gladrion listening, and you are
Barak.
Barak. Nice to meet you, Barak. Shall we head towards the tavern?
What?
All right.
Okay. Y'all head to the tavern. Okay, good RP, guys. All right. Noelle, what are you doing? What's your character doing before they receive their letter?
She is reading a book about incantations in a forest.
Okay. So not too far off for where you live in the city, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else is over there in that specific forest? Because you're so close to the big city and stuff. How? Describe to me what you're seeing.
She basically sees a lot of larger oak trees, but she's currently sitting on a stump from down a few years ago.
Is there any particular on the book that she's reading whatsoever, or no? It's just a
No, nothing
Just a-
particular. The book.
okay. So it's just a luxury read,
Mhm.
kind of. Okay. As you're flipping through the pages, same thing appears a letter. What do you do?
I open the letter and I read the letter.
Okay, don't even question to see what the seal is. Don't even look to see if it's your name. You just open it right away. Okay.
Yep.
Just like
Yep.
a kid on Christmas opening
Patient are we?
presents. You are directed to a tavern. You are being recruited to join a guild with other adventurers, possible potential adventurers. What do you do after you just read through this letter?
Pack all my stuff that I have with me and I start to journey towards the tavern.
Okay. Allie, what is your character doing before you get the letter?
All you people with your rural settings, I'm in a library doing research.
Hell yeah!
Respectable. I can respect that.
Ah, a fellow scholar.
I mean,
Because as a historian and orator, I want to be able to actually give credible sources.
Okay. So
I don't just spread rumors.
Okay, how long do you read whatever you're researching? How
this
long
is
does it?
This is easily the third day.
Okay. So I'm assuming your character, because they're very studious and want to do research, do they stay up late?
Occasionally.
Okay. So this day you probably slowly start to doze off. You, for some reason, I don't know what you were researching, but you just are heavily in this research. You pass out just over researching stuff, and you have a dream. What is the book, or what's the research that you're doing, basically?
Local myths. Local myths. Trying to find the trying to find landmarks and stuff to do field research.
Okay. So as you're dreaming, right now your character kind of you're in a headspace. This is your kind of dream world type thing. So right now your whole person appears into what you kind of think is a strange dream, but you're in a new area and in a kind of altered dimension kind of in a way. Like the platform, like the floor is kind of like invisible, but you see like kind of galaxies swirling around. You see kind of like see-through trees, but they have like color to them, like kind of like RGBT type stuff, but like more galaxy way too. You see fruits everywhere. What do you do?
So first off, I want to note that dreams are going to be the only place where she is in her natural form. Just the dull gray skin, blank eyes, gray hair, just the natural changeling.
Yeah.
And as as I'm looking around, just taking note of all the galaxies as they seem to form and fall into destruction as time passes.
What else is actually make me an investigation check, just your surroundings.
Okay, that is a 19 on the die
Okay. Any modifiers?
for a dirty 20.
Okay. No. So you don't realize it until you turn and put your head down. Oh crap, there's no floor. How am I floating?
What am I walking on?
You, also, when you look down, you start to see like this path kind of form, like into, like, spiral, in a way, leading you to somewhere. And there's trees all around. There's bushes and trees, and with your investigation check, you also know that there's fruits there too. What do you do?
Oh. She gets more and more subtle every day. I assume this is where I'm supposed to be going.
No one answers. No response. You still think this is a dream, so.
Well, this wouldn't be the first time deity has made contact with anybody through dreams, so. Alright, let's see. If I focus well enough, I should be able to, and I just focus on getting closer to that trail so I can get a better look.
So, let's see. You're concentrating, right?
Yes.
As you slowly concentrate, you start, since the pathway, you see also stones that are clear. With your concentration, you start to see them glow. Just like, basically, like showing you the way. Like if you were to basically step on a light, essentially. Every time you take a step, the step will glow and it keeps on showing you the way.
Okay.
Do you follow it?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna memorize the path as I go.
Okay, so you keep going on this path. You keep seeing more and more of just trees and these weird fruits and stuff. And any curiosity, does your character is interested in any of the fruits that are?
Oh yeah, it's a dream.
Okay,
it's a dream. I might as well take a fruit.
Okay, what? Make me another investigation check to see which one you get.
Let's see,
Which one catches your eyes?
Okay, 13 on the die for 14.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for 2 fruits. You said 13?
14.
14?
Total.
Okay. Your first, you catch an apple. It's a clear apple. You know, you grab it, right? You reach it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you pick the apple, you see that it's kind of like swirling with like a bunch of galaxies and stuff, and like it's as soon as it's in your hand, you slowly start to see it turn red. Let's take a bite.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a bite of the red apple, and just tastes like a regular, ordinary apple.
Mhm.
And then I'm assuming you proceed to grab another one, right? Just out of curiosity.
Yep.
Okay, so you grab another one, and you realize this time, red apple, it turns into a orange color. Not an actual orange itself, but just an orangey apple, a weird apple. You take a bite out of it?
Sure.
Okay. And as you take a bite out of it, you start basically having your vision like blur and kind of like having a trip, some sort. Not a heavy trip, but you know that, oh God, I made a horrible fucking mistake.
It's only a mistake if you regret it.
Words to live by.
Do you continue on the path
Yeah.
while you're tripping, basically? Okay.
Yes.
So as you're walking the path, then you kind of like slowly, like kind of like, it's not a heavy trip, but because you're not used to something like this, you slowly start sliding side to side while you're walking, wobbling, and then it slowly calms down, and then you get to a center point where you see a chair in kind of like a clear coat but with galaxies, and then you see also wind chimes around. You feel a gentle breeze blowing the wind chimes, and then you see two big hourglasses, and after the hourglasses finish filling up in the bottom, they flip over and over again. What do you do?
So I'm going to take a bow in front of the chair and then just sit cross-legged in front of it.
Okay. As you do that, this kind of like god, if you will, this god, I don't have art for him, but he's basically kind of like a clear coat of galaxies, and then he has like as soon as he sits down silently, as he's looking upon you, the cloud or the chair itself, it goes from clear to a cloud itself. And then he's just looking at you.
So I'm going to stand, bow again, and Yuryale, at your service.
And he'll say, yes, my child. I've brought you here to inform you that this coming journey that you will be embarking on will test you in the near future. I'm afraid you will have two choices, two futures that could possibly hold the fate of your life and the adventure itself. One, you will take a drastic injury in a fight. The other, you will see a miracle. And so the fates be, my child. I'm assuming since you're into knowledge, or you're very well versed, make me a history check and a religion check as well.
So the history is an 18, and the religion, is a 6.
Okay. So history, you don't know his name per se, but you do know that he is one half of a god. And the specific god is the god of dreams. You don't know his actual name, but you know he's the god of dreams, and he's the one, you're on his domain, and you know that he has a brother. Just common folk knowledge that his brother is the god of nightmares. And for what's it called? You had a 16 for religion, right?
A 6.
6. Okay. Yeah, and you basically the same thing. So you know that you are in the dream realm of the god right now. And you know well enough that when whether it be the nightmare or the dream god summons someone, it is for importance, and it's something that needs this importance depending on their future, the intention.
Right then. Won't ask for details. I'm fairly certain that getting those will just alter the course of my fate as I know it. Lovely.
Not curtailed, but it won't change. Whether you know or not, it won't change. It's already destined, my child. You are destined for this to happen. Now, are there opportunities to essentially somewhat avoid? Yes, but time will tell on your decision and your adventure.
Well, and let's be honest, the story is much more interesting if it all becomes known as it happens.
Point. So, how'd you like the apples? It starts to slowly laugh.
The first was fine. The second was interesting. Don't believe I've experienced that, and I went insane for 2 years.
I like that response.
I hear that, but that's part of the gamble.
Of course. But I do thank you for this time in your realm. It has been quite a journey.
Any other questions before I send you off on your quest?
Oh, absolutely not. The fun is in the discovery.
Very well then, my child. And he grabs, you see, like, in his ethereal hand, like, you see a sack appears out of nowhere. He grabs, and he basically, in the sack, he sprinkles on, like, sand, and you disappear from the realm. Also, a side note, just as a note, Allie, so you, I forgot to mention for your role, you know this god as the Sandman. So, just to
Make me a dream.
and then I'm gonna put back some
Must be like
tabby
Raven.
tavern music.
Cause your bitch on the stuff, Mr. Clean. Gravy, why you flow so mean? Mr.
damn it.
Clean.
Like,
Wait, we're not too close, though. Wait.
Mr. Clean.
I hate you so much right now.
No, you don't.
So, Allie, what'd you think? What'd you think?
Oh, that was fun.
Okay. All right. So then you get you wake up, and it's already morning. Oh God. That was a fucking strange dream. Or somewhat, but
I've
I'm
had
assuming
stranger.
your character. I'm assuming your character knows damn well that it wasn't a dream, but you know.
Even if it was,
Your
I've had
choice.
stranger. Even if it was a dream, I've had stranger.
And like you know, as soon as you wake up, I'm assuming you're on a disc, right?
Yeah.
You already see a letter right there. Like, doesn't even a poof. It's just right there as soon as you wake up.
Just at a table, books spread all over the place.
So, do you open the letter, or what do you do?
Inspect the letter. I don't have a. The heck? I don't have a mailing address. I usually send these out.
So you notice that there's a crest with the. So you turn it around, and for some reason, because you just said that you know how to handle your mail, but for some odd reason, you have a letter here, and it has your name on there.
Oh. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I'll open and read the letter.
As you open the letter. See, no, in my head I thought your character would just be like, screw it, YOLO, and just rip it out and just take it out and just read it. But no, so you read the letter, and it has just saying, we invite you to come and join for the guild and on the letter it has more details on, like, you'll have many different rewards, and also you'll get access to any information you need. So they have a library, and research and stuff. So, and I think that right there is the thing that catches your eye the most.
First words out of my mouth. I swear Venture's behind this somehow. I know it. That girl has been trying to get me into some sort of adventuring guild for years.
All right, and I'm with that. Anything else before I move on? What do you prefer?
So I'm going to take my usual form of a human, long black hair, one blue eye, one purple, and start using Mage Hand to tidy up the area before I head out.
Okay. So as the three of you, or yeah, I'm assuming the four of you, Sarah, Leon, Allie, and Noelle, all are slowly making their ways. We move on to these rascals over here. Christian,
Heads.
And me.
Joe, you enter the tavern. Now, I forgot to mention, you know this is a good tavern. They have cheap ales, which you like to choose, you know, but they also have like good, fine,
wines,
ales.
booze,
Yeah.
or wines,
Yeah, they have-
food, all that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like also custom drinks as well too.
So before we walk in, I lean over to Joe. What's your character's name again?
Barak.
I lean over to Barak, and I
Barak.
speak Farron.
Barak.
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 Barak. Okay, cool. So before we walk in, I lean over to Barak and speak in Dwarvish. If you
Okay.
start any fights, I'll chop your cock off.
Damn.
And there we go.
Your response? Joe?
Okay.
Gold-blooded.
Same goes for you, laddie. Except I has a hammer.
You two make me an investigation check as soon as you walk into the bar.
Okay, so an investigation. So I have a 25 investigation check.
You have 25 and
Persuasion or investigation?
Investigation.
investigation.
I am not proficient in that.
Fine. Just roll.
Alright.
So wait, perception and investigation are the same thing, right?
They're two
no.
different, completely dings.
That-
Investigation is when you're actually like basically like paw tracks or blueprints and stuff like that kind of stuff, like kind of like track.
Probably
Oh, so I
Scooby-Doo
chose
shit.
a +3. My apologies. Mine is an 18 then. My apologies.
18.
15.
So nothing out of the ordinary. You can see a whole different lively group of different races and stuff. You see a guy over in the right corner like banging on the table and having a good time. Clinking. You see, open, the bar's fairly open. But for most of the part, most of the tables are full, lively and stuff. And you just see the bartender basically finding a glass and waiting for anybody to come and sit down.
I head up to the bar, and
Okay.
I ask, are there any corner booths available for smoking?
Yeah, he'll point you to so right now you're facing the bar, so my hand is the bar. Probably like on the right side where the stairs are, there's a corner right there reserved for
It's
pipe
a booth.
smoking.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. I head over there after ordering a glass of wine. Red
Okay.
wine.
Before this interaction happens, Joe, what is your character doing? You walk and see Christian's character go to the bar, sit where he's able to smoke and stuff.
Light up.
I order something really a good, strong, but cheap ale, and then
Are y'all together or separate? Are you joining him to sit next to him?
yes,
Okay. So y'all both sit down. The bartender comes up. The bartender is kind of like this mammoth of a man, kind of like the mountain in a sense, but more Viking-y. More Viking-y, a little
Nordic.
less, a little bit
Sustainable
less,
term, Viking-y.
a little less, dramatic of the muscles and more of like, just know that he's like in good shape. He'll come up to both of y'all. He says, he will greet his name and say, "Hello there, gentlemen. My name is Escanor, and I will be your bartender for this evening. What can
I'm a bitch.
do a service for you?"
Do
Christian
you
just
have any
hit.
matches?
I believe so, and that will cost you. Let's see. That will be 1 silver.
1 silver.
At least it's not Electrum.
Don't know how much.
I don't know.
How much I
don't
have,
know
honestly.
many people use Electrum. I think most characters start off with at most 20 gold.
Yes.
Okay, so I toss him a gold piece and say keep the change.
Depends on your background, but yeah.
Okay. He's like,
As well as to open
Yeah.
the tab.
okay.
We're expecting more.
So you are together, right?
More or less.
All right. He takes the coin. Thank you. And he slides the matches. And for
Thank
you,
you.
and any drink as well?
I
Oh,
believe I
alright.
ordered a glass of wine earlier.
Glass of wine. On it, and he goes, grabs a brand new bottle, pops the cork, pulls it down. You want it in a glass or in a chalice?
Not picky.
Okay, he puts it in chalice, just because I think he knows, he kind of has a feeling in your style. He kind of reads like this guy, fancy guy. So pours it down, and he looks over to Joe. And for you, sir.
Oh. I ordered your strongest but yet cheapest bottle.
Strongest, yes, cheapest bottle. In what way particularly? Do you want something strong or do you want something cheap? Because I mean,
Something cheap.
something cheap. Let's see. He looks around. He has like bottles basically on his shelf and stuff. See, the cheapest one we have. The Vanya L. He presents it to you. Is this suitable for you, sir?
Perhaps.
Okay. Then he basically pours it out on an actual mug and sets it down. There you go. That'll let's see. As for the matches, you gave me a gold. Let's see. Do the math.
If the rest covers his,
Okay.
then I'm fine with that. But only this one. I'm only opening the tab.
You're paying only 1 drink for this gentleman right here.
Correct. I just
Okay,
barely met
and-
him as of yesterday.
Okay, fair enough. I need to clarify just so we don't get anything mixed up.
Absolutely.
So the tab that you're opening is for yourself, correct?
Correct, though that may be subject to change in
Change.
the future.
Okay, just let me know. And then he'll carry on and just keep. And what are y'all doing as he's like basically fixing drinks and stuff?
I light up my pipe and decide to ask Barak if what interesting stories he may have of his life. If we're going to be in the same guild, we might as well know each other.
I'll just look him square in the eye and be like, "Contrary what you think, lad. Dwarven women do not have beards."
Really? Well, once again, like I said, I'm not used to dwarves being out of their minds in mountains.
I'm a little more than just a miner, you see.
Really? And what are you?
I basically just like reach into my whatever the hell I'm wearing and just like pull it up at the show, like
Okay,
it's
he pulls out and he like takes it off and shows you the hammer.
One of the dwarven religions, if I'm not mistaken. I dabbled in a little bit of every race that I have either heard of or seen. It's something that I like to do. Primarily, if I have an interest in something, I go after it until I am satisfied. So I guess you could say I'm somewhat of a half-elf of all trades, if you will.
So while that conversation's happening, you hear clickety-clap clonking making its way into the bar. Anara's character, how are you coming into the bar? Like how with a purpose, with trying to imitate, make sure that people are not like looking you wrong. What are you doing?
I'm a centaur. I am a literal horse.
I know.
How
Does
can
it
That's
have,
what
you not look at me wrong?
Literal
But I'm
horse.
asking. You never know.
do you have to
You
enter
don't know.
Okay, I don't mean to make fun, but the tavern had to be entered via stairs.
No.
So,
There's an
Um,
upstairs, there's a downstairs, and there's an upstairs because it has its
she enters very dutifully, very standing very tall,
Okay.
completely knowing that she's going to be stared at and not particularly caring. She's
and
there for a
I mean
purpose,
I
and
mean yeah,
drinking is
you
not
you
that
see, you
purpose.
know, maybe a few drunken dumbasses, you know, looking up and down you, making stupid eyes at you or whatever.
And they said
Uh,
I had a horse's ass.
You and just punches the shit out.
Piss off
She
the centaur.
completely pretends that she didn't hear that whatsoever. And
Did
just
you?
walks.
But did you notice that his friend basically like decked him in the face?
I don't know. Would I have seen that?
So that was a
Up to
Gladrion.
you
To be
on
fair,
that.
If
I
you're
am not.
knowing the comment, then probably not. No.
I'm not from here, so I don't even. She just kind of assumes that that's normal. They're like, oh, you punched him in the arm. Fine, must be a greeting.
Barak
No,
had his
no,
centaur.
she doesn't notice. She is totally focused on the bartender and
Okay.
just walks straight
As-
up to the bar.
Okay. Goes up and in the bar there should be. I'm assuming there's somewhere it doesn't have stools, so there's an open bar for centaurs as yourself. And you go up to the bar and the bartender says the same thing. My name is Escanor. You bartender, what can I do?
Looking for these people, and I'm gonna put the letter on the bar with the seal face up so that he sees the.
My character recognizes it.
Before that, hold on,
Mhm.
because I'm gonna make you roll for it. So as soon as he picks it up, Christian and Joe, make me a perception check real fast.
Perception check.
Yes.
Yes.
I got 12.
21. Damn.
So we both notice it pretty much.
Well, hold on. The worst time to ever roll a fucking natural 20 for me. So you, Christian, your character, because you're probably maybe in a few drinks, like you see that there's a letter, but you can't quite point out. It looks familiar, but you don't really know. Joe automatically knows the same letter, and as
I look
that's
bewildered.
happening, Inara, the bartender looks at it and he's like, this may be the Dragon Fang Guild crest. I don't know who you're supposed to meet here. I know they usually have recruitments here. It's very popular, but I'm pretty sure they should be sending an advisor soon. So
Are
to
we,
gather you up.
So
Am I
my
here
character stands
listening
up
to this?
and my character stands up, maybe stumbles a little bit, or kind of takes a second to pause, and says, "I'm sorry, did I hear you correctly? Did you say Dragon Fang Guild?"
Yes, sir. She has a letter received to the Dragon Fang Guild.
Okay. I chuckle a little bit. She's with us. She can join us. Never met a centaur before, so.
Inara, as soon as this man over here says that in front of you, what does your character react?
Only
asked
not
her,
related to
remember how I
anyone.
told you that my plans might change on my tab? I've always wanted to have a
Yes.
conversation with a centaur. My tab has changed. Anything the lady
And-
wants, I will cover.
Very well, sir. And just for you and the lady, not the dwarf.
Let the dwarf in. It's not like he can drink as much.
All right.
I look at him and just give
Famous
him a
last
mean look,
words.
like, "Oh, you don't know us dwarfs like you really think you do that."
I appreciate the acquaintance, but I'm confused as to why you think I am with you.
We also have a similar letter. We're awaiting the Dragon Guild representative as well. We ran into each other along the road getting here.
I was gonna say we should both like, in character, like bring out our letters to kind of compare.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, before he says that, while he's saying that, Inara, does your character feel a little bit skeptical or skeptic on, about
Yeah.
what he's saying. Yeah.
Of what who is saying?
Of what Christian's character saying.
Gladrion is saying, of course.
But she's not. She doesn't particularly care.
Okay. So he shows you the letter and compares it to you, and well, golly, it's the same thing. So. And the bartender goes up, Escanor. Miss, would you like a drink?
No, need head clear. Thank you.
Let me know.
Surely you
if
can't have a
you
glass
need-
of wine.
So, mind you, she's 7.5 feet tall.
Damn.
Cause she's a big ass horse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks down at you and goes, "I said no, thank you. Is this wrong language?"
Sorry, in my culture, it is customary if you're meeting someone and having a lovely conversation, whether it be a man or a lady, usually you have a drink to liven the conversation.
And as this is going on, the bartender slowly makes his way opposite direction from the bar.
Why do I feel suspicious now?
If it is not customary for your region, then I do apologize.
I see. I could have water then?
And he here's back. Here you go. Puts it on the table, and if you need anything, mistress, anything else, let me know.
Thank you. Do you have a table that is tall enough?
Yes, and he points you on to kind of close to the entrance, where there's a little bit more space. The bar is fairly big. It's not too packed, but this place, because it's well known, because it's just basically open and very populated. There's a good amount. So he points you to the nearest corner where there's no one there, and do you sit down?
Do you see no horse?
Or do you grab
Lies down.
your drink of water and take it to the table that has no chairs whatsoever?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll just.
Well, okay. After that show, Leon, your character comes in. How is he coming in the bar?
Okay, so all everyone sees is a hooded figure slowly walking up to the bar, shows the bartender the letter, and quietly asks him if a representative has arrived.
Escanor tells you the representative has not yet been arrived yet, and he points to the two people on the right-hand side of the front bar that basically telling you these two guys have a letter, and then he points all the way in polite way to the centaur over in the corner that also has a letter.
Oh, I actually followed the centaur. Sorry, my bad. I pulled the stool.
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay.
To have a conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, we actually pull up
So you
chairs right
see,
next
so
to...
you see another person basically following a centaur to the opposite table.
I'm following with them too.
Okay.
And
So all
and a
three of
dwarf
those that
too.
are following the giant horse, go join them.
he basically points at them go join them. The bartender asks you, "Would you like a drink, sir?"
No, I am okay, and I go off and sit far away from everybody into a darker corner.
Okay.
And watches carefully.
And
Leon's
next,
being that guy.
and next comes in Noelle. How's your character coming in? Strutting her strut.
She walks in sort of confused as to why she's having to come to the tavern. She walks up to the bar.
I mean, in the letter it tells you to meet up and they'll have a representative of the guild come and meet you.
But she's still confused as to why, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
As not a lot of people send her a letter. So she walks up to the bartender with the letter in her hand and asks if anybody else has come by with the same exact letter.
He points to the corner.
hell?
We're a centaur, a freaking dwarf, and then and a half elf in the corner.
A centaur, a dwarf, and a half elf walk into a bar.
I was gonna make him. I was gonna say
And then
something about
shit
fighting
goes
character.
wild.
And after he's done pointing, he asks, "My lady, you need any refreshments?" In a polite way.
Just water, please.
Pours in the water. There you go.
And then she walks over to the table where the centaur, dwarf, and half elf are.
So,
And then-
I speak up to the
Uh-huh.
barkeep. Anybody else that comes in with the same crest, put them on my tab.
Oh, right as soon as she's walking towards it, he yells across the bar, "Is she also part of the time?"
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Does she have the same crest?
Just gives a thumbs up.
Another stranger to join us. Who are you? And actually, lovely lady centaur,
well-
I did not even ask you who you are.
I'm Nemia, and who are you?
I am Gladrion Lastname. This is my friend Barak, and like I said, I don't know our lovely lady centaur's name.
It is nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Okay,
Very
so
Lovely name.
Yeah.
so stranger, where do you come from?
Live in one of the bigger cities in the area.
Ah, that city. I've been meaning to travel there forever. My father, before he passed, he actually told me of all the places he had been. He was a military man, and obviously he always had these great tales of these cities and towns and buckets of ale that you could drink out of. You know, just countless fantastical things. Of course, my mother told him to keep a particular part of the town taken out, as because I was a kid. I never understood exactly what that was about, but I had a feeling later on.
The meta game, winky face, DM, winky faces.
DM is plotting.
DM is plotting, absolutely.
But that's completely understandable. I've done a fair share of traveling myself because I've just been trying to learn more about magic since I've left home.
I too have been pursuing a career in magic and spellcasting.
Oh. What kind of magic and spellcasting are you looking into?
I am primarily wanted to be a artificer apprentice, if I can. If not, I'm willing to take any form of spellcasting, potions, whatever. Would love to just pursue something with magic, obviously.
You're a wizard, Harry. Sorry.
Yeah, you're a wizard, Harry, obviously. You bastard.
Continue.
Plot twist, actually a warlock.
Ah.
Damn.
As this conversation is happening, Allie, your character comes into the bar. How
What's
How
the
are they
weather like
walking?
outside? What's the weather like outside?
I mean, I'm assuming from how everything and how I described that you were coming in the morning. It's probably almost like midday. It's almost about to get dark, but not fair yet. It's still bright outside. So
Okay, so opposite to form for a bard, just quietly opens the door, walks up to the bar. There's a brief glance around, not really taking in anybody in particular.
Really? Nobody in particular?
Give me a second, I'm getting there.
do you
She's
go
got
up to
she's got other things on her mind.
do you go up to the bar like the
Yes, I have said I go up to the bar.
Okay. Escanor greets you. He's asked, "What can I get you to drink?"
I don't drink. You'll probably heard this question, I don't know how many times today or this week. Has anybody come in here bearing a letter with a thing on it?
As he's cleaning the dirty glass, he literally gives you a smile and points behind you.
Turns. Oh, this is somebody set up for a bad joke.
Yeah, I heard that, by the way, and looking at it in hindsight, yes, you are absolutely correct. Hello,
I don't
stranger.
understand.
And that's when the registers, and anybody who's paying close attention will see the eyes just for a brief second flash golden excitement before they go back to the blue and purple.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't understand.
What the fuck?
It's
Well, we don't see centaurs
it's a
all
bad
that
joke.
often. Cool.
You don't see centaurs, obviously, and you especially don't see them in the company of men, dwarves, and half elves.
And
I did not
tiefling.
choose to
I
be.
just lean back and laugh my ass off.
Grab a chair, pull it up, take a seat. All right, what is my tiefling of a sister sent me into this?
Sister, you have a sister.
I have a few sisters, yes.
We all got a letter that just magically appeared when just a few hours ago. I would say maybe a day or so. Did you not receive the same?
Oh, so I just assumed that it was because she had recommended me for something or other. She does that
maybe,
a lot.
maybe not. We don't necessarily know. It'd be quite a coincidence, would it not?
And then while that's
Depends
happening,
on what you are referring to.
while that's happening, Leon, what are you doing since you just now, like, from all this happening, you see people basically gathering up. You now notice it's just that there's like a full like group, and you already notice as well too that every single person who has gone up to the bartender, shown his card, shown their letter, and basically walked in the corner. What are you doing at this moment in time?
Want to point out, never actually pulled out the letter, just described it.
Okay, well, overheard too.
Important detail.
Thank you, Egon. Important safety tip.
We're going to one table with the centaur, thinking, what is going on? Why is so many people coming to this guild? Why are we here? It's strange to me.
Okay, well, while you're thinking about, do you do anything else?
I turn around, run and grab my bag, rummage through it, and pull out a small scroll and begin taking notes.
Okay. While you're doing that, you now,
just glossing over the fact that some of us haven't actually introduced ourselves to the group, just made comment about family.
So, yeah, dear stranger with this perhaps sister, who are you?
I'm curious.
I was gonna say before I get into this other story stuff, y'all can. I'm going back to y'all. Go. What are y'all's conversations after that?
It's customary if you're going to ask someone's name to introduce yourself first. It's only polite.
Gladrion Lastname. You?
I am Yuryale.
Yuryale. Nice to meet you. This is my friend Barak and Nemia?
It's Nemia.
Nemia. I apologize. I am somewhat terrible with names. Good with remembering everything else, but names I am not. And of course, our mysterious centaur that doesn't really want to reveal any information.
There is once again that flash of that brief moment where the eyes flash gold before going back to the purple and blue.
Do your eyes often do that?
Among other things, and just the ears shift to look more elven.
Nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance as well. I don't often meet individuals I can't the appearance of.
Plastic.
And as a bit of an explanation to that, I'm just going to shift form and look exactly like Nemia.
You shift form like completely in front of strangers?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Just in okay. So as you're shifting form, you see other people like across the bars. Ooh, and like someone like he's like leaning back on his chair, rocking back. He like sees you and fucking eats shit behind him and falls backwards.
I just
and
laugh.
I'm remembering why I don't do that very often.
I chuckle to myself and say, we have a shapeshifter.
Wait, I'm seeing this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I just turn towards everyone else in the bar and be like, "You're drunk. It's just a dream."
And some random dude goes up, yells, "You!"
Fuck you.
And I'm just going to quietly.
While trying to keep my temper, I slightly raise a finger and call him the most passive aggressive name in Dwarvish.
And then the person who yelled at you, ironically not, is Dwarvish, and he says, "You want to run that by me again?"
Oh,
I just-
lovely.
You know,
As
considering
he like holding his cup of ale and like swaying back, but like also like very intimidating too.
there's any other dwarf sitting next to him.
Oh yeah, he has buddies, like basically giving you the fucking death stare.
Did all
Hey,
the dwarves run out of the mountains? Why are there so many?
They came out here to drink. Of course they'd leave.
They work
Yes,
in the
because-
mines, my guy.
Do they not have taverns in their own mines?
Probably not if they want some really nice ale.
I'm still looking dead. We're still looking at each other dead eyes. I'm like, oh, my bad. I thought you were my cousin.
Point of order, please don't insult the dwarves ale in front of them.
And he go and the guy, as soon as you say, he's like, "Yeah, that's what I thought. Better watch yourself next time. I'm keeping an eye on you."
But mate.
I lean over to Barak and I say, "You do remember my threat from last time, right?"
Oh, of course.
In response to the
I mean,
dwarf,
got drunk, but even still.
I look towards Gladrion and I'm like, it's just the thing between us dwarves, you know?
He as soon as okay, hold on. As soon as you hear, as soon as he hears that, the dwarf like raises a fucking middle finger and just raises it towards you.
Well, I come
in
from,
response to the dwarf saying, I'm
No,
keeping an eye
not
on
towards
you.
Christian, towards Joe. But go on.
In response to the dwarf
As I
saying,
turn
I'm keeping
to
God damn it.
Gladrion, I just
Go.
ignore it.
Joe.
Sorry.
In response to the dwarf saying, I'm keeping an eye on you, I'm going to shift into a taller version of him, turn around and say, keeping an eye on who?
Okay. Now towards our.
And then like he's all fucking puzzled because he's almost like fucking wasted. His buddies are like, they're like, you know, like the Spider-Man meme, like.
I just told you that. Listen.
Boss,
Pointing.
that's you, boss.
You're all
And
drunk, go
Turn
home.
back around and shift back.
What the fuck?
The
I
the
just
horse is
laughed my
going
ass
to
off.
ignore all of that and just continue staring at the shifter and go, "I have not met one of you either. I
So
like
nothing.
you though."
Oh.
Well, in my experience, changelings aren't very common, or if they are, they aren't very well known. Some tend to be a bit more well hidden than I am.
Well, at least you have fun with it, alright?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
What's the
yes.
point of having this ability if you're not allowed to have fun with it?
I know I would.
I see we are the same.
What are we doing now?
Okay.
It helps
Does
bring
anybody
stories
have
alive.
any? I was gonna say, does anybody have any other RP before I continue the story?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So a few hours go by, and here, like the door basically like swift, like basically kick quickly with like violence and grace, as you see your adopted sister, this big tiefling cleric, just bolster on in with the crest of the Dragon Fang Guild, and directly makes eye contact with you. She basically goes, "You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be fucking bloody kidding me. Well, it was
Don't
about
give me
damn
that
time."
look. Don't give me that look. You're the one that brought me into this.
I
It was
presume
about
this
damn
is your
time.
sister.
Oh, yes.
Do you know how long it took to convince mother and father?
Well, I'm assuming the insanity bit didn't help.
No, it didn't. But I digress. So, is this everyone?
I believe so. I do not believe
She-
that there's been anybody else.
She starts counting. She's like, "Wait. Supposed to be 5 of. No, wait. Correction. 6 of you. One's missing." She starts looking around the bar and stuff.
I decide by help by getting up as like, "Oh, barkeep, has there been anybody else that has managed to come in with this Dragon Fang seal?"
He goes on and says, "Oh, not really. Only the ones that came in."
But anybody that hasn't sat with us? No.
Oh, you were the only ones that presented the letter.
Well, then I guess yes, they are running late.
How does Venture look like exactly?
tiefling.
Let's. It's a tiefling. I'm gathering
It is
my
a tiefling.
notes.
She is a tiefling, yes.
She is a tiefling.
I guess I kind of just look towards Venture and just eye her a little bit.
She gives you like the death stare, but not in a way of like, if you look at me in any wrong way, I will fucking murder your ass.
Just kind of like feeling that, but not real. Be like,
Okay, yeah. So she's 30 years old, and she is one of the older sisters, if I'm reading this correctly.
She is the older sister. The other sister is younger.
Okay.
I look at Venture while eyeing, and then somewhat in a calm manner, like, you're kind of pretty rare around these parts, I reckon.
And I assume because of that rarity, you must be a representative for the Dragon Fang.
Well, yes, of course.
I was saying that like he knows about tieflings, but he's never seen them. He's never seen them very often.
Yeah, as she has like her freaking mace, puts it down. Yes, of course, the guild leader asked me personally, since I was the one who recommended my sister. And just kind of like gives you like a chuckle and like look and a winky face.
I kind of give her I continue to give her for a second like a bit more of a cautious look, because you don't know what tieflings do not very much reveal what their true intentions are unless you get to know them.
4 years I've been away from home. 4 years I've been away from home, and and mother and father still want you to keep an eye out on me. I'm fairly insulted at this point.
It wouldn't be my duty, sister.
What exactly are yours ages?
Rather rude.
That's
Isn't
why
it?
I said
Isn't
if you
it?
don't mind asking.
What is the saying? Let's see. It's somewhere in your language where it's, men should not be asking a lady's age.
And should not be. However, I'm just gathering simple information. I do not judge whatsoever. It
And
is
she
a
basically,
fair question.
yeah, and then she basically after, what were you doing, Joe? Remind me again.
I was kind of continually for a few more seconds to kind of give her a bit of a stare, kind of familiar with Barak is familiar with tieflings, but again, he doesn't. You don't see one popping out of the woodwork so much.
She looks at you and she gives you a different glare of like, so help me the gods, if you fucking look at me in any fucking way that's gonna offend me, I'm gonna use this fucking mace to fucking baseball your head.
I'm kind of just looking like a curious but cautious, like they could be tricky.
And then he proceeds to talk to his sister as soon as she said that her mom and dad are trying to still take care of her. And then she goes, well, dear sister, it's my job as the oldest sibling. It wouldn't be right to have my little sister.
I just turn to like everyone else and say, I may not remember much of my childhood, but I'm glad I'm an only child.
And then she like goes, as soon as she sees you palming your face, she's like, come on. Like now she like actually like puts a serious face. Look, I put in a good word for you. Mom and Dad.
I'm very much aware.
Mom and Dad made sure clearly that if you do this, you will be forgiven of all the stuff that's happened.
What in the nine hells am I being blamed for this time?
I also would like to know this too.
I don't know. But you did something. Mom and Dad apparently, I don't know.
Of course, I'm just chuckling a bit.
Look,
that's family drama.
Dear sister, I'm on your side. I know how Mom and Dad can be. Trust me, I know, the oldest. But still, it doesn't hurt to keep in touch once in a while.
So if I'm
That's
why not?
If I'm
Do I not send letters every week?
Oh yes, but
except for those 2 years, but that's easily explainable.
Oh yes, but I mean, Mom and Dad do miss you as much as they give you crap. They really do miss you. They care about you.
Trust
Don't
me,
give
as
me that
someone
look.
who's just recently lost a parent, It's important to spend whatever time you have left with them.
Not.
and then she, as soon as you say that, she's like, "Don't give me that look, sister. I can guarantee that this is a great opportunity for you. Trust me, as much as you hate this, it will benefit you. I promise. The guild has a big library. It does go in with what you do, research, history."
If I'm not mistaken, the Dragon Fang has one of the biggest libraries in all of the realms. Am I incorrect?
Somewhat. There's some texts and tablets, but I mean, we got close enough of what we can get.
Okay.
And I'm just going to shift into the form of a copper dragonborn male and just say, "I'm here, aren't I?"
Ah,
And then
so
and then she goes and gives you a hearty slap on the back. "There you go, sister. That's my sister. That's the one that I know. Now come on. Chin up. Got a lot of work to do." And Leon, what are you doing after you seeing all this fuckery of a commotion?
The fuckery of a commotion, that's a good one. Yeah. You never did answer my question. Again, it's just out of curiosity and a request for knowledge. This is all.
The representative, I would assume, cloaked and has the symbol on the cloak, correct?
Yes. You can tell right away that tiefling has like the basically symboled onto her patch, like with whatever garments that she has, basically just guild gear and stuff. You can tell like also because it's kind of like a hooded kind of jacket-esque. In the back, it also has like the big insignia of the and it has Dragon Fang Guild on it too.
Okay. So I look over, see what the commotion's going on, and I look out the closest window I see what the lighting is, and I would assume it's been a few good hours, correct?
Yeah, it has.
Was it daylight when we came in the tavern?
Yeah, basically. Now it's like a little bit of like dusk. It's now like starting to get dark after 2 hours. Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
And you start seeing her basically like look around and look for the last member and stuff.
I just gotta
So,
say.
well, after that, what were you gonna say, Joe?
Oh no, I was just gonna say like in character. I was gonna say in character, Barak like he's been seeing, fuck, what's his character's name? He's been noticing Leon's character kind of doing the shapeshifting. He's not even bothered.
So, Leon, what is your character's name, just for brevity's sake?
Tenrik.
Tenrik. Okay.
Yeah. He just notices that he's been noticing Tenrik has been shapeshifting. He's just like, there's probably weirder shit out there in the whole wide world than a shapeshifter.
Allie's sister turns to Christian and says, "Look, you'll know what you need to know. But for right now, this is not the time or the place. I got a job to do, and I need to get y'all to the guild before it gets late."
Understandable. I apologize if I offended.
Oh no, trust me, you more than aware if any of us get offended.
And then she walks off and goes
mixed family like ours.
Goes to the bar tender and asks if they've seen anybody. She goes in to check. She starts surveying, and she automatically, like, as she's surveying, looks directly at Leon, makes eye contact.
Finally, like, kind of the expressions like, it's about time get this done and over with. I roll my scroll back up, stuff in my bag, grab it, stand, and I'm waiting.
And she walks up to you as she sees you doing this. "I'm assuming you must be the 6th member."
Yes, I am.
All right, let's get a move on. And basically, before y'all exiting out, she introduces him to the rest of the party. And what is our reaction towards him being introduced?
I do a simple nod
So you're-
and bow.
What is he again?
He is notes.
He's notes. I didn't know that was a race in D&D. That's awesome.
He's notes.
He's
Well, I
Bloody
mean,
fucking
wait,
notes.
I mean
She
earlier
turned
he was
into a
creating more of
newt.
himself.
a newt.
Got better.
My note taking is non-existent. Also a side note, like considering that she's a tiefling, Venture wouldn't she have like some kind of distinguishing thing, like being right next to her? You could smell like smoke, sulfur,
That's
brimstone?
racist.
Your soul. That's racist.
Wow.
No, I meant like
Wow.
I don't mean like
No,
I meant like
Joe. Nemia
It's
is
not
albino.
necessary.
I meant Venture.
I tapped the leave me alone. I dropped my dice on the floor.
That's like.
I'm sorry, I meant to
Hold on, hold on,
specify
hold on.
Venture.
Hold on. That's like asking if the centaur smells like horse shit.
I meant
Right.
I don't meant like
Why are we
a
having this conversation?
no, okay.
Actually, I have been meaning to ask that of our Lady Centaur. I've noticed a lack
Okay,
of horseshit
okay.
sense.
Oh my
I meant
fucking
okay. I meant that like not like an odor, like just a faint like.
Do you use perfume, perhaps?
I don't know.
I've been derailed.
Like like can you like faintly like get a waft of sulfur or something? Look, tieflings are part devil or demon, so they should have like.
Joe,
I don't
just give
know.
it up, man.
They don't have to.
We went more racist. The explanation behind
I wasn't trying to be racist, but
You're good, Joe.
It's like asking if the pointy ears of an elf causes them
Oh
to
my
hear better.
god.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
I should have asked if the tiefling has a tail.
We're at 9:13. I want to get this going. At least have you start combat at some point. So.
Yeah,
boy.
I feel this.
Holy fuck. Okay.
I love it.
Leon, describe your character again, just to kind of.
I'm human,
looks
but all you could see is like long hair, and my face is covered with a cloak. Probably like almost at the eyes with the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Is your character like human though or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
He literally just
That's
did.
all I needed to know.
That's
Humanoid
why I
as far as
asked
we
you.
can tell.
Okay.
In the characters thing, I have a picture of
Yeah.
what it must look like.
So on this venture, on this
I just
group, we have 2.5 humans. Lovely.
slip like I looked at Gladrion and just slip him like a couple pieces of gold and be like, well, I lost my bet of not encountering anything strange.
Really? You're saying that after the centaur? Now you're seriously saying that after the centaur, the tiefling, and the changeling, and you're seriously telling me that a man with white hair is going to be the strangest thing you've ever seen? Are you drunk?
No, but the tiefling is unusual, considering that they get to their appearance.
I'm slowly questioning my kinship with you.
Venture, I think this is the first time you've been considered stranger than I am.
Oh no, white hair is nothing, laddie.
Ignore him. I think he has a couple of. I think he has something wrong with him.
No, he's
Don't
seen
we all?
the.
Any other RP? Sorry for interrupting.
I whispered to myself since he's saying this is the weirdest shit, and I honestly say to myself is he doesn't know what's going on
Okay.
here. Seems,
Inara.
and then walks out.
And as she basically guides y'all to all the way up to the mountains. So it is not snowing intensely, but this is the closest thing that I can find to some mountain wind and stuff. So
Well, the
it's
wind
not
would
snowing.
obviously be more heavier towards going towards the top of the mountain, obviously.
Yeah. So as we keep going to the peak and peak, we get close to the big gate. And the big gate, you see kind of like this big orc fellow with a good-looking axe mace.
Combo,
And
like a
he
halberd.
goes, yeah, somewhat.
Or no, morning
and,
star, I guess.
He goes and sees y'all a bunch, and he says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
I'm just gonna point at
requested
Venture.
by the dragon. We have been requested by the Dragon Fang to join the guild. We have our sigils.
You were claiming to be a dragon. I was like, oh no,
No.
don't do that.
And then he looks at all as soon. Well, he looks at Christian and he's like, "So, where's your advisor?"
Once again, pointing at Venture.
Yeah, I know.
She's right
And
there.
then he points at-
Do you not recognize
and she
her?
goes, and she goes like, "Ah." He goes, "You remember me? It was about damn time. I swear, Allegor is gonna kill me." Anyway,
One more
I
time,
just
I'm
hear-
going to,
he basically opens the gate. "All right, right this way. Follow your advisor." And then her sister will be like, "All right, guys, I will guide you in. A quick briefing, and we'll get down to business, to guild business." So, leads you in. She leads you
As
into the building.
there's a small, you see the small white fox come in and
Okay.
is following me.
While we were
Does
going
anybody
in,
want? Everybody make me an perception check to see if they see this frickin' box appear out of nowhere.
okay, well,
that is a nat 20.
well, while we were going up with the orc, Barak,
It is my fault.
I have a 24.
I was just saying I wouldn't have to roll because it's my fox, correct?
Yes, you wouldn't have to roll.
I
You're
rolled
the
a
one
9.
basically.
I got
You
a
rolled
9.
Okay.
Their investigation.
Well, we were
Perception.
going with the orc. Barak was kind of being a little shifty because, well, dwarves and orcs, they do
I
not get
can't
along.
hear anyone else over you, Joe. What am I rolling?
Sorry.
Perception.
Thank you.
Dwarves and orcs do not get along.
Calm down, my friend. If he's going to be a part of our guild, then you might as well at least be somewhat of acquaintances with him.
Swap that around. We're going to be a part of his guild.
Well,
He's already a member.
we're about to be a part of the guild. He's already part of the guild. I mean, fair enough. Same difference to layman's terms, I guess is the best way to say it.
The dwarves and orcs, they do not get along.
Well, neither do
We've been
dwarves and
enemies for
humans,
years.
but, dwarves don't really get along with anybody. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, the humans, we're pretty tiny. We can be. Oh no! Oh no! We love humans.
You love humans.
You mean they're gold?
That's what I heard.
Yes,
Is
but
it the
also
humans that you love, or is it the minerals that you love more?
why not both?
Fair point.
Just
Basically,
giving
just trying to
Venture,
find
just giving Venture that look of, this is what you signed me up for. This is what I have to deal with because of you.
She looks. I'm trying to look for the music. She's looking. She looks at you and she's like,
Not saying a word. That's just
No,
what the look is saying.
"Yeah, no." She looks at you as as you're giving her the look, and she's like, gives you that look of like, really, like really. And you can tell what kind of really is giving you because you know her damn well enough to know that at this point she's about like had it with your nonsense, a little bit of your nonsense, sisterly nonsense. But yeah,
Actually,
She's
figured it
done
out.
with their bullshit.
yeah. Done with your
That's
She goes up and now leads you into the guild hall. So, in the guild hall, she leads you in. You can you start to see like a big guild hall, like a bunch of tables all over the place. You see kind of like have you ever seen like one of those round desks, kind of like office desks in a way of like the kind of like the center point of like basically a front desk, essentially.
Yes.
You all are guided close there, and you see a man with long hair, human. He's about average height, human height, possibly. You know, very tall, but not too short, but not too tall. He has kind of like a black armament, like wearing kind of like a cloak-ish vest, and a beard, good, well beard, and he basically looks at y'all with excitement, and he says this. After he's looking through, messing around stuff with the desk, he looks at your sister. She's like, "Oh, my friend, welcome back. Oh, and I see you brought the new recruits." "Yes, Alago, and here they are." "Very well
Gladrion,
done."
Lastname. Nice to meet you.
"A pleasure is mine. And a lot of you."
And somebody recap what this guy's name and appearance was. My mom was helping me get ready for bed.
Human, regular human with black hair, a beard, and basically like clan attire, and that's basically it.
Okay.
And he sends your sister, just like, "All right, as you are, well done." And she as she's turning away, going back to her guildly duties, she looks directly at you and says,
Oh no!
Yeah.
Before she leaves, she's getting a hug.
Okay. and she embraces you, and she's like, "See, was that so hard, sister?"
Oh, I've got to give you I have to give you a hard time. You do that all the time to me whenever we meet up.
And then she like kind of like gives you like a little bit of a bear, a little bit more of a squeeze, and she's like, "You little shit." And she like whispers at you, "You little shit," but I
Just laughing along.
She's like, "But I love you, and I care about you, and I only mean well. I promise." But I will say this. Good luck on your initiation. You're gonna need it. And starts cackling, laughing as like jokingly teasing you of like, basically like you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but at the same time, just you'll be fine.
It can't be worse than Torin's pranks.
It's like the
She looks back, and she's like, "You're not wrong. You're not wrong." But at the same time, just like she looks at you and she says, "Well, this isn't the first time in this guild, so good luck," and walks off. And Allegor goes back and asks y'all, "So, a lot of you, your names are we already got Christian, but he's asking the rest."
Is he writing all this down while we're talking to him?
No, he's just asking because he's already he already has he already has records of y'all. Like,
Okay. 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 I don't get to have my fun with this. Okay, fine.
No, what'd you want to do?
Oh no! Every time he looked down to write something, I was just gonna change my form.
Oh. I mean, you can still do it as you can still do it as he's like waiting for y'all's response as he's looking back and forth.
No, it's not as fun as it's not as fun.
Okay.
Anyway.
So yeah, he asked for the rest of y'all's names.
I am Yuryale.
Ah. Sister, She's a very, very good clan member. And well respected. So, your family's house name is well respected here. And welcome.
My expectations.
And just under my breath, and the other reason I was hesitant.
Did you want?
As I step back.
Yeah. Looks at the centaur. You miss your name, a chance.
As quickly and as loudly as possible, she says, Aedamnya.
You cut out there.
No,
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard it.
That's
No,
the
I'm
point.
saying on my end she cut out there. Remember
Okay.
who's recording.
She didn't cut out.
Gross.
Yeah.
You and your damn
Anyways.
recording thumbs.
Anyways, he looks at the humanoid next
I
to
was
him.
asking her if she could
Box,
repeat it.
basically. Okay,
Sorry.
can you repeat it?
Inara, please. As
It's
quickly and as
supposed to
loudly.
sound like gibberish.
Okay.
Like-
Essentially,
Yuryale?
Aedamnya.
Yemna?
Yenina.
You won't know.
You're
You
gonna
won't
have to
know.
write that down for us. I gotta edit.
Anyway,
Doesn't-
he's
That's
now.
the point, dude. If you mess up her name, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't want you to know.
And she, as he kind of like respectfully nods and like okay, and moves on to the humanoid who has a fox on his shoulder.
Tenrik.
Very nice to meet you. And you, madam?
I'm Nemia.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. And looks, although it like has to look down
Oh
to
shit.
this dwarf. I want a piece. This is me in my back of my head.
I don't know. That Barak just finds something like a chair to stand on, so that way they're almost at eye level.
He's still tilting. Gar's still like this like bodily figurative like disapproval child kind of in a way. And ask for your name.
All right, Barak.
Very well. Well, welcome to the Dragon Fang Guild. I am Alagor, the guild leader, and it is my duty for this next part of your recruitment to your initiation. So, here, and he takes out a book, big ass book of fucking bounties and shit, and even though there's a bounty board and whatnot, flips it, gives it like a little flick, like if he was just basically speed reading, and stops. And let me grab my notes so I can tell you what
He
bounties.
likes drugs.
And I guess while I was saying my name, I showed him my amulet of more. Whoever the god of
Moradin.
Forge is in the world, you know.
Okay, I will let you know, Joe. But
I'll just say Moradin, placeholder.
I got it. So he goes on to say, "All right, we have four bounties for you for your initiation as." What was that question? Okay. No, I thought he was saying something. Okay. Four
Somebody saying
bounties.
something?
I thought you were signaling me and stuff. So.
Oh, no.
Okay. 4 bounties, as required. The first one, they're all paid the same. Obviously, equally. You will, for all these 4 options, you will be given. Let's see. 300 gold evenly, and 2 platinum. So the first quest, or bounty, is located in the desert region. This job requires you to find and stop this mobster group called the Bond Brothers. The next one is in the mountain location here. In the Dwarven mines, there's we've been having a lot of problems here, and we need to fix it, get rid of it. Some of them have been not coming back, not good for business and not good for everyone around the mountain. We now have over the city, the big city region, looking for more tablets and more information and more books to basically inquire for our library. And then the last but not least, the swamp area. There is a village over there who is being tormented and needs your help. So, out of the 4 options, what would you like to do?
I first ask. So, wait. Are you for? Would you want for us to capture them and bring them back here, or to a representative, or kill them?
Well, it depends on the bounty, as I said. So I need you as a group, or whoever you vote as the leader of the group, decide which bounty you will take, and we'll go from there.
Does anybody have a double-sided coin that we could toss?
Is there a place we can discuss this in private?
Absolutely. And he guides you to just a regular guild meeting office, and closes the door behind you and just sits there and waits until y'all are ready. Decide.
I got it.
We never did figure that out.
Fine.
Aw, lame. Boyfriend ruined the fun.
It's
I
fine.
guess.
No, we can continue. I think we're gonna be in a good stopping point. So.
I'll admit some of that was kind of my fault because of being awkward and.
Joe, don't worry about it. Anyway.
I will not go to the swamp. I will not.
I don't blame you there. Swamps are often
So that leaves us
gaseous.
with the desert mobsters, the dwarven situation. What was the other one?
The city.
Mining.
No,
city.
The city. The mountains are the mines. The desert is the mobsters, and the city is collecting more books and more information and knowledge for the guild itself.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mountain.
Well, really, it depends on what kind of
That
impression
can
we
be
want to make.
arranged.
Not exactly with you, Master Dwarf, to be perfectly honest.
It really depends on what kind of impression we want to make on the guild itself.
True.
I was gonna say out of character that being, I guess, technically, being like, oh, never mind. Forget what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that.
I'm here, Joe. I'm the DM. Ask away.
Never mind. I'm not trained and have a negative on history.
While I
Although-
am personally, while I would personally enjoy gathering more knowledge, the mobster situation seems interesting.
Yes, it does. I agree. What about you, Lady Centaur?
Like it.
Do you like it? Okay. And you, Master Human?
I like how you're just calling
I
him
believe your name is.
Master.
As long as we don't head to the city, I do not like that idea.
Always wanted to see a city, but I guess I can always do that later on. Appears we're all in agreement. Master Dwarf, do you have any problems with going after mobsters in the desert?
None, as long as we have plenty of water or ale.
Oh, don't worry. The guild will provide you with the supplies necessary on your journey, and you should be well equipped.
Also, the last thing you want to do in a desert is drink ale. You'll dehydrate way faster.
Honestly,
Yeah,
wine is
that-
not even a bit of an option either, but at least it's better than ale.
Is that the one that y'all want? The desert mob one?
I believe
I think
so.
we all agreed, yes.
I think we all agreed, all except for Noelle, but I'm sure she'll be fine with it.
Trust me, I think it'll be fine. All right, well, you, Algor, will go. After he's like kind of leaning back, he's like, very well. And then he gives you the sheet, and then he sits y'all down, or the people who can sit, on the table, and says,
I set the
Just
dwarf
gonna
on
very,
top of the
very
centaur.
loud. Just gonna very loudly just lay down. Just
Yeah.
come on.
Just
and he goes on and says, well, so the Bond brothers. The Bond brothers have been a problem over in the desert region of the area. They have been causing trouble in the economy and other things. And in this quest, you will have to locate a man by the name of. This is where you need to write this down.
Yeah.
The name.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Wow, a DM that tells you when to write notes. I've never had one of those.
There, I'm just gonna use sticky notes.
Listen, you. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna pen sticky
His
notes.
name
So.
is Al Capone Gangbang.
Wow,
His
really hit
name
the
is-
creative
oh, can you
gears with
repeat
that
that,
one, did
please?
you, Lewis?
Listen.
Oh wait, hold on, I get it.
It was close.
Can you just repeat that one, please? I'm not sure I heard you correctly.
Al Capone Gangbang.
Capone Gangbang. Spelled
All right.
differently.
Uh-huh.
Spelled differently, but it's pronounced the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're in mafia porn now, huh?
Pretty much, yes.
I guess.
I can hear the freaking.
Actually, I'm probably gonna. Okay. I might as well say this. That's from One Piece. But okay.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
And you know, I would be saying the same thing then too.
It'd be funny to do a pirate themed adventure at some point.
Anyways.
That should be an idea for your Christian.
I'm gonna put it in the sessions chat. And that's how it's spelled in the sessions chat.
Oh.
I was gonna ask how you spelled Inara Centaur, but
So it's Capone Gangbang.
Yeah.
You said Al Capone.
Well.
That's why I gave you
Capone
the like,
Gangbang.
Okay.
Gangbang.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm gonna fix this shit.
Okay. That is not what it sounded like.
Gangbang.
You and I are the same.
Look, I suck
Yeah.
at stuff when it comes to saying. Anyways. So he then explains that, and he says, well, or besides his actual name, looking for his alias, father. So,
His alias
if
is
you're-
father.
yes.
There we go.
Yeah, that won't
Common
cause any
word.
confusion. Anyways.
Is this
But
not
then-
common word in your language?
No, it is a common word, but that's the thing. It's
Way
too
too common.
That's there's not a name.
It
It's
is
a
far
common
too easy
word,
to
but
walk
it's
into
not
a
a
room.
common
Where
name.
is the I am the father. God damn it.
Okay, okay. This is gonna be an. Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna make an out of character joke, like with the old TV show. You guys may not know. It was like, Christian, this paper says you are not the father.
Joe, I know what Maury is. Let's continue.
Anyways, he, as y'all having this discussion about the alias father, he's like, look, I get it. It's not really a good alias, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, and he's a mobster. What do you expect?
Something
want to
that's a
point
bit
out-
more creative, obviously. I mean, if I was
Is
a
the
mobster,
alias-
my alias would be something that nobody would ever suspect, but also not too
Hold on.
common.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you gave the guild gave him this alias?
No, he gave it
Okay.
himself.
Okay,
Okay.
so at least as so long as the guild is not completely inept when it comes to aliases.
No, the guild did not. The guild only receives the quests that are requested by whoever, and father, aka father, requested this. So,
Out of
if
character.
you
Does
want...
that mean he wants everyone to call him daddy?
Oh my god!
I was
I was
avoiding
avoiding
it.
it too.
Nora.
Hey, Lewis, give me some credit. I avoided the fuck out of that. It was the number one person we didn't expect to say
Damn
that.
it.
I was gonna say something like that too, but I was gonna keep it to myself.
Joe, if you said it, we all would have rolled our eyes. The fact that Inara said it,
Yeah.
made us laugh.
Okay, the whole reason why his alias is father, the Godfather.
No, we get it.
I got that.
Cute, but
It's
like,
cute, but it's like, it makes no
but
sense.
daddy.
Yeah, no.
Moving on. Moving on.
Anyway.
So,
Inara, since you made the joke, your character has to make some form of, you have to pay it off some way.
so
We'll see.
we have to go into this desert, find this Al Capone gang bed, and
You will have to go and locate him. There will be specific taverns because that man, as much as his name is relevant and not original, that man has to move. So, and another thing, he's the rival of the Bond brothers. So, don't be surprised if not only when you meet Father, have some of the Bond brothers goons around somewhere.
We will be discreet and go in and be completely civilized.
Another tip too.
just glances at the dwarf.
Allegor goes and he goes, another tip too, don't, for the love of God, please, or for the love of the gods, please don't say his name out loud.
Don't say Capone gangbang.
Both
not
his alias and his actual name.
So how the hell are we
So,
supposed to locate
do we
him?
ha-
Do we have a picture?
You will have to basically go to the bars and talk. Simple as that. Get information. I'm pretty sure, trust me when I say it, you won't miss him. Trust me.
So, do we have an alternate name that he would wish to go by, considering he is supposed to be our contact?
His nickname is the alternate name, but the actual name that I had you type is his actual name. So you use basically father as the actual name.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is discreet?
Oh shit.
Explain.
It is to not arise suspicion.
Hold on. I think I have this.
Do you know?
You know what I was doing in the tavern? With the whole changing what I look like? The exact opposite of that. Where changing what I look like is sure to the eye of everyone in the area. That is the exact opposite of what we want.
So, basically, subtle. Not drawing attention to yourself, though granted that might be hard for you. Amongst
Precisely.
others.
Rather rude.
Not
Precisely.
trying to be rude, I'm just saying amongst others in this guild, I guess, it might be slightly hard.
You're not wrong on that one, my friend. And another thing too, as well, don't be surprised if Father does test your trust in the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if he has you do something for him first before he gives you information of the Bond brothers.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Alright.
Can't expect it to be too easy, can we?
But of course. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he will give value not only to the trading routes to that city, but also I wouldn't be surprised if he rewards you with something. Other than what the guild is already providing for you.
Very well. Are we to set out immediately, or can we rest the night here?
Y'all can rest here. We have rooms available to our full-fledged guild members. Maybe it's already late. Maybe in the morning or whenever you feel up to it, have a meeting. I'll let you have this space here. Talk with your party or your group, and we'll go from there.
I have one final question.
Next question.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Master Dwarf.
You want them warm, cold?
I beg your pardon?
The Bond
Sorry.
Speaking
brothers.
of the Bond brothers.
And unintentionally making a Mandalorian reference.
What about the Bond brothers?
Would you like us to bring them in?
Alive or dead?
Alive or dead, yes.
That will be the talk with the Godfather.
I'm
And he,
gonna
like,
assume
kinda
dead.
just-
Anybody else?
Just look up my hammer.
He points at the centaur. Yes.
Is father or godfather?
Look, it's father, but I like to call him Godfather because it's more simple than that. But
What
Understandably.
is godfather? Is he part god? I'm confused.
Godfather
Oh,
is a Morphia term. It basically means you're the head of everything. So essentially you are the god of the organization and the father. They just decided to combine the two terms.
There is no actual deity status.
There is no deity. They do
attached
not
to
worship
the...
him. He is just the highest tier that you can be.
and then
runs
you hear
everything.
on the sideways door, thank God says not. We don't need another ruffian.
Confusing.
Mafias
That
tend to
is people.
say the
In
least.
a nutshell, confusing.
Absolutely.
Fair.
So I do have one final question.
Yes.
Is for free?
Wait,
What was that?
What was
Oh,
you
I
ask?
heard that. I heard that one.
I didn't hear. Oh.
Anyway, as you were saying,
Well, actually, it's more of a twofer. Is food free? And can I smoke here?
food is provided. We do have catering, but as you know, the liquor is not. So we do have a bar, the Fire Pit Bar. The bartender, Percy, he's not around right now, but I'm pretty sure in the morning there should be someone else who will be running it for him. Percy, actually, now that I mentioned it, Percy is over at the desert with another group of guild members, handling another, more a supply run, not too big of a ordeal like you're doing, but
Now
Yeah.
that gets into my final question.
There is a chance. There is a chance that they'll have information for us, possibly.
Absolutely. I will make sure to ask them as soon as I awaken. But as for my
Hey,
final question, and I
Angered
brandish a
at
pipe.
the I slam my fist down on something that
and
don't
he
bring
and
alcohol.
he just says, he's like, yeah, he'll give you a nod of like, yeah, and then he'll point you to the directions of like the smoke areas where they are and stuff. They're not going to be inside, but they're going to be like
They're
where
gonna
you
be
would
around
normally
outside. I got you. Understandable. Thank you.
Another thing too, he says, one last thing. More than welcome to have a tour around of the facilities. We have the library, which my lovely wife runs as the librarian. We have the bar, the
bath.
The
I'm sorry.
Jesus
The
Christ.
boss came at the worst time.
the fire pit bar downstairs. Jesus Christ.
Fire pit bar, of course.
And then we have your designated rooms and hoteling that are provided. There is also like not too far out, because I mean the guild hall is like has like walls and stuff. Out in the outer side has what we call the crucible. So the crucible is the arena where you can test your might with other guild members and other foreigners who come by to try to test their might. So wink wink nudge nudge winky face.
So you have a gladiatorial arena.
Yes, we do, and we do keep records of the scores of people who win. So,
Well,
and then looks directly at you and says, "Well, see for yourself." And you see your sister on the top of the leaderboards right now. Her name just be like she's like fucking 50-0.
Good for her.
While being
Well,
kind of chill.
that being said,
Listen.
I've had quite a
Oh
long
no,
journey.
absolutely not. She has absolutely. Uriel has absolutely no interest in participating in the arena.
Well, that being said, I've had an exhausting journey. I'd very much like to rest.
Very well. And he shows you your quarters.
Separate rooms. You know what are we looking at here?
I'm assuming separate.
Yeah, there are separate, like, basically rooms. There isn't really, like, the double rooms are more kind of like on another part of the guild hall. They're not like all together, so that way they kind of like separate between if people are in relationships or not relationships, etc., etc. Just to kind of like make it a little bit more comfortable for everybody in the guild. But yes, they are accommodations for single people and stuff. So of all races. So
They're an accommodation for a single horse.
yes.
It's called
Important.
a stable.
It's called Well, you get plenty of hay and room to lay. Can I get an amen?
Funny enough,
Stop
it'll
it.
actually be on the ground floor because the other rooms for the single people are gonna be upstairs. But yours is the bigger like area. You probably have more room than all guys combined together. So.
Ew.
That
And
was cool.
let's see, it's 9:54, and with that, we're gonna wrap up the session. So thank you guys.
You want to close it up?
Yeah, we can close it up, but I want to say, just a few
Go.
things of like, what'd you guys think so far?
Love
I guess
it.
I was just saying.
It's fun so far.
Yeah, it's good.
And I think the time right now was a good session 0.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for listening to this episode, and we'll be back with the next episode. See ya.
All right, everybody. This has been Snodacast presents Dumbasses and Ditzes. Our lovely DM, DimondAssassin.
Bye, everybody.
Lead your own last name, aka me, BlackChef56. And of course, we were also joined by Allie, aka HungryHufflepuff. Present your character name.
The very knowledgeable Yuryale.
And of course, InaraSara.
Her name is Aedamnya.
Aedamnya.
I
Aedamnya the
thought we were-
Very
Centaur.
Russian.
And
I
then, of
thought we were
course-
gonna keep the gibberish.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I'm definitely not gonna say it for real in game.
Okay, that works out. And of course, we also had Leon Lionheart and his character.
Tenrik, the the hermited druid.
All right. And of course, we were also joined by Noelle, aka Noise the Neko Queen, and her character Nemia. And of course, we also have Joe playing Barak.
Signing off, powering down.
There we go. We're all gonna be powering down for a little bit.
Yeah, the total, that's
Speak for
just not
yourself.
gonna- that
And-
character's
oh, yeah,
totally
Allie
not gonna
worked.
bite you on the ass. But anyways,
And once again, this has been Snodacast presents Dumbasses and Ditzes. We will see you all next week.
Take care, folks.